What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Day Trading to Profitability. It's your boys here at T4Ltrades, here with Nicolas.
And Christopher, you already know.
All right. You already know. It's Thursday, 12/14/2023. Routine. We're going to hit you with a quick little strategy real quick.
Take notes. Don't forget.
Hit you with this strategy. Sorry.
My boy.
Strategy real quick is the Bollinger Bands, the Keltner channels, the VWAP, the MACD, the RSI, and the volume.
Same strategy.
So it's the same strategy, same day trading strategy that is going to be for the rest of this series. Just another thing, also we're using supply and demand zones, as you can see that where we identified here. And that's going to be the strategy side of it. And now let's get straight into the analysis. So real quick before I make it. Oh, no way it did that. No way.
Oh, night. Why are they hating on us, bro?
Why does it keep doing that? All right, there we go. All right, I don't know what's wrong with that, but
It's okay. Technical
we got that
difficulties.
going. Everything's coolio. So real quick, guys, this is how the day started. The day started just like this, where we had a rejection. This is the 2-minute time frame. We had a rejection to the downside, and it was a very significant one. Here, you really can't tell that this is a down move, but when you go to the 5-minute, it becomes more clear, a lot more clear. Becomes a lot more clear. We got a 2 ATR move to the downside, so we knew it was going to be a bearish trending day down. So boom, as you can see real quick here on the 5-minute, it's a little bit more visible on the 2-minute. So let's switch back real quickly. As you can see here, we identified supply and demand zones. So here, we identified support and resistance zones. Here, all of this was resistance, all of this was resistance, and then this was building up around the same resistance at the beginning of the day to then have this move to the downside. So here, real quick, going through the day, we had an entry here at 10:16. We had another entry here at 10:14. Once I saw that this happened with this big wick and this big move to the upside, I closed these positions, unfortunately, one for break even, but the other one for 30% profit. So we still took a one. We still took a win here at this exit. We still took a win. So that was how the beginning of the day set up. Then I started to see this start happening. When I started seeing this, it reminded me similar of this same area that got rejected 3 times very heavily. 1, 2, 3, very, and a lot higher volume than there was up here. These rejections were happening. So, funny enough, when we pull up the Fibonacci, which is another indicator that you go from the highs to the lows of the move, and funny enough, exactly where it retraced to was the 78.6. Fibonacci is another tool that you use to be able to see how significant or where or how far a retracement could potentially go. You're either going to get 100% retracement, and then you have like a 1.21, which is a whole nother thing that I don't want to get into. But this is just another indicator that you can use to be able to identify supply and demand zones as well as support and resistance zone. So real quick, we were able to identify that this was the same zone that was up here. Same zone. 475.50, 475.30, 20-point difference. It's a margin of error, basically. So now let's get straight into where our trades were at. Make sure everything's Gucci. All right, everything's good. Right here, once we were seeing this, similar to the beginning of the day, that we already knew there was resistance there. So what did I do? I entered right here. Once I saw that this area of support that I thought was building broke down, I knew that this was where the selling was going to happen. I entered here, and I entered in one big position, and I just split up my profit and my take profits two different ways and two different levels. I took one profit at 70% profit, and then I took another one at 95% profit. This time is where the strategy was different. This is where I switched it up really quick. I used options this time. Instead of trading shares, I traded options. And this was a positive winning day for me two different times, and we'll go over the second one now. So what I was looking at here in this area helped me to identify my entry and be able to take this whole entire move to the downside. And the fact that I was able to identify the trend at the beginning of the day and where there was resistance as well at the beginning of the day, it helped me to get a way better entry at the end, at the middle end of the day, and take two beautiful trades and split the profit three different ways for a very, very, very good winning day. We're gonna end off this week positive because of today, so it's a very, very, very good thing because of this trade. And then once again, I was able to identify this volume. This is where I could get more into my indicators and identifying bottoms in the market, because this was like a top that built over a certain amount of time. This is a little bit more harder to explain, but here, real quick, it's a little bit easier of a trade to notice. You had a very hard rejection. This is here on the 2 minute. And you have a confirmation of momentum on the MACD here at this cross on the MACD. You have a confirmation right here. Beautiful confirmation. And this cross right here is a confirmation with a green candle. Plus you have volume picking up at the bottom, meaning that this is the end of this move all the way down. This is the bottom basically. So I got another entry here. We wrote it up here to 60% profit, and then we had our second exit here at 80% profit, because I was assuming that it was at the top of this Bollinger Band and it was going to come down and retrace the lows or test the lows again, and it didn't. But either way, took my profits. You can't get greedy. You can't, I'm going for 100% every single time. That's not really how it works. You know, my range of taking profit is 60% profit on options to 100% profit is where I'm taking profit. But here was a beautiful, beautiful day where we were able to identify the market trend, be able to identify support and resistance areas, and then be able to make a beautiful entry and take a winning trade majority of the way down, all the way until the final end of the move. We milked the cow for every ounce of milk she had, and we made the most that we could. And then on top of that, we re-entered again and read the market like a book, and we were able to take a little bit more gains. So another beautiful day, and that's what happens when you're able to sit at your computer and not be working. It's what happens when you're able to sit at your computer and concentrate and be able to actually trade. But any question, comments, concern, and then real quick, what we can learn from. I really don't have much that we can learn from here. This was
don't get greedy.
A beautiful day. Oh,
That was a good one.
that was a good one. Yeah, you're right. Don't get greedy. You're not always gonna get 100% profit. You gotta
Take
get
what you can.
take what you can. You have to have levels where you take profit.
One question. So you started off with shares and then moved to options?
Real quick, so I finalized this. This was the what can we learn section. There really wasn't much, but the what can we learn section, basically just to simplify, is have a setup, take profits, and don't be greedy. So yes, Mr. Chris, I did start with shares. So when you start with shares, I'm basically buying at 469.25, let's say, for instance, or well, in this case, it would be 470.33, and I'm looking to take profit at $1 move. So 470.36, 471.34. Right here is $1 move. So the same exact strategy that I was doing with shares of looking for $1 moves, it's the same thing I just did with options. I'm looking for that dollar move. This was a 75-cent move, and then up here was where you get max profit, which is a full dollar move, and you get 80% profit.
Say less.
So it takes $1 move to make a profit, basically. That's what I'm not. Those are not final numbers. Those are not final numbers, but that's what I've seen so far. I haven't traded enough options to be able to give you an exact number. But yeah, it was a beautiful trading day. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to always like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out the Discord link below to be able to join our Discord and catch us in the Discord. We're always there. We're sitting there waiting for you. We hope to see you there to be able to talk to you, have any questions, comments, concerns, and any direction that you may be led in. We got you. Just join the Discord and ask us. Any last comments, Mr. Chris?
Always hit that link. Trust, I'm gonna post it constantly. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'd like to hear. Now, we'll end off this video real quick. See you guys.
Buenas noches.